Doing really good, Robot. We're at Suzuka today. A very technical track, yes.
A very, very technical track. It's the only figure of eight, I think, on the season. It's an amazing track as well. Put one tyre on the grass and you're definitely going to spin. Try to go too wide into some of these corners, definitely going to have an off. It's one of these tracks where there's going to be a lot of action, and I don't think all these guys are going to make it to the end here today.
No, 18 turns. There's definitely different sections of the track that you have to pay attention on. The S's, that's the first difficult part of the lap that you have to get through. You have to have rhythm today. If you don't find a rhythm, you're not going to make it through. Of course, the hairpin at 11, the two Degnas, you have to get it right. You have to hold your speed through there. You can't be slow through the Degnas. And then the hairpin. And then you've got 130R, which DRS is currently not there anymore, but that's going to be that overtaking spot where guys are getting ready to set up for the last turns in the last section of the track.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, there used to be a DRS zone down that back straight at 130 on, not anymore, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be less overtakes, because you're going to get a huge toe as you go up that hill. When you go through 130R, if you're within a second, it doesn't even matter if it's like 0.999 seconds. If you are close enough, you're going to get a huge toe downhill into turn one. You're going to get a massive slipstream. You're going to get DRS. You're going to have a lot of overtake to use, and you're going to get the overtake done, hopefully before you get to turn one. If you do it through turn one, it's very risky, very, very risky.
Yeah.
Now, I actually had my mic muted at the very start, so let's just quickly bring up the standings and let's see what it's currently looking like. So, as you can see here, the championship standings, first place is Izat with 108 points, and second place Atomic with 100 points, and in third place Scotty with 90 points. That's just 18 points, the top three. It's just 22 points, or 24 points, sorry, top four. This is so close. We've never had it this close as we're going.
I'm gonna interrupt you there, Robot.
Yeah,
Izat's off
already.
Izat's off in 18. He's off. Margalit actually was starting his race in the Haas, or his lap on the Haas, and ran into Izat in turn 18. Izat's not going to be happy. This is not a good way to start the weekend.
Not at all. Like we said, he is leading the championship. He's only 8 points ahead, and he needs to get a decent quali time. Now, in the practice session before this race, we had about 12 guys practicing. We saw a 125. I've not seen that all week. That is some serious pace, and of course, it was from Stinson. Izat only managed to set a 126 flat, but if Stinson can do something similar again, we're going to see one of the fastest laps we've ever seen in OFR.
Yeah, I think you're right. Margalit is going to get looked at definitely from the stewards on that warm-up lap. Izat's definitely going to have that video saved. It was a little weird. Marg kind of was following really, really close the whole way on the out lap, and I don't know if Izat was trying to let him go and he just didn't want to go, or I don't know. I mean, I can't explain it. He's just come around. We've got Gurman back this weekend. Stinson, as you said, a 25.8. It's a ridiculous time. It's a stupid fast time. We've got Scotty trying to stay in third in the championship points. Hopefully his consistency pays off. And then we've got Atomic. Atomic has got to stay how he's been the whole time, as we've got Marg coming up on his very last turns here, going through the last chicane. He's going to come across the line. Let's see what he does, Robot. It's going to be a 127.1.
It's a decent time, but I don't think that's going to be the fastest that we're going to see today. VR's, meanwhile, has done 8 tenths slow with a 127.9. I'm just riding on board with Stinson right now, and I have got his telemetry up, and one thing that's going to be crucial in today's race is tyre wear. Now, you're looking at about 6-7% on the softs per lap. Come lap 10, they're going to be at around 60%. It is so important to stretch those tyres as long as you possibly can. Now look at Stinson's telemetry now. He's just crossed the line after one out lap and a hot lap. He's already on 4%, and his tyre temps through the S's and through 130R were peaking over 120 degrees on the surface. It is so important that you get it right here. He has set a 126.4, so he's already set a whopping lap on his banker lap. I reckon he can do the 125 again.
Yeah, the 126.4 was something that everybody was trying to shoot for this week. Stinson had it on the time trial list. It's 26.4. It was on there. It's amazing banker lap. Just to be able to do a 26.4 as a banker lap, first run out. Mm-hmm. It's a good time. It's a really good time.
I'm riding on board with Atomic right now. He's just about to cross the line. He's only managed to go 5th fastest currently on his banker lap with a 127.3. Now, I do think he's going to be able to get into those 126s. All we need is a bit more of a sticky track, a bit more track temperature.
Our P3 guy is off.
Is that Santu?
our third place championship driver, Scotty,
was
off in the S's. He's now, I mean, he's back on. I'm not sure if he was on his hot lap or not. It looks like he was.
You can see his rears just stepping out as he's coming out of the corners too. That's another thing that we need to look out for today. If you spin on this track, your tyres are going to be hot pretty much for the rest of the lap. And it's going to be so easy for you to spin again. Like, how do you cool your tyres down on this track? It's so hard.
It takes forever. It literally takes forever. You have to bump the fuel mix down, and you have to let them cool down. You cannot get right back on it. There's very few drivers that are able to just go right back to racing, and it depends on where you're at in the track. I mean, if you spin in the S's, you're never going to get right back on it until about after the hairpin. After Degna 1 and 2, you get out of the hairpin. That's the only time you're going to be able to cool the tires down if you spin in the S's. The straightaways are definitely going to help you, but it's not something that you want to go through here today.
Absolutely. Now, we've got three guys who are not usually in Division 1 joining us today. We've got Margalit, that's Yuval, who's a new Division 1 driver. He's got a permanent seat, and I think he's going to be Division 1 next season. We've got AJ making a return today. He's currently 4th fastest with a 1:27.3. That's another decent time from him. I reckon he will be able to go faster again. And we've also got Osha, who is racing as a reserve today as well, and he's set at 1:27.6. Now, Osha is usually a D3 driver, and he's been bumped up to Division 1 today to fill a space in for one of his friends, I think. And I reckon he's going to be able to get into those low 1:27s too. It's going to be a really interesting one. Now, we've got a lot of guys going out. Let me know when Lika goes out, because we are going to ride on board and check out his telemetry just so we can see how hot those tyres get. But let's talk about turn 1.
I just want to let you know, Scotty is off again, Robot. Not having a good time through the S's. Just not having a good go at it. We're going to have to watch out for Scotty here. He's burning through sets of tires. He's got to be running out.
I think he might have stayed out after his last off. I think he's doing a few warm-up laps right now. Maybe he hasn't managed to practice throughout the week, I don't know. But he's had those mediums on pretty much since he came out the very first time.
Okay, now Lika has just come out, so Lika's on his hot lap. I'll let you know when he comes around and he starts his... He gets around to about the last chicane. I'll let you know when he gets around there.
Okay, in the meantime then, I'm going to ride on board with Izat, who is currently on a hot lap. He's going through the first Degna now. The first one, which is, I believe, turn 8. Yes, it is. You don't actually have to brake for it during quali. You can just lift. Now, some of the guys, like Stinson and Atomic, are actually going through their full throttle with a very slight, like 20% lift on the throttle, so they're still keeping it around 80. But they can go through that at full speed. And I'm not sure what kind of wing these guys are running, but they must be running something a little higher than the others to be able to get that car turned around.
Yeah, the pace that they can keep, they know they can keep the pace with the higher wings no matter what, and then it just, all it does is it helps them more in those areas, and they're always looking for that during the week, aren't they, Robot? Yeah. They're looking for those little areas where they can do better than someone else, and we heard it in practice today. They look at sector times. They're looking at sector times and seeing where they can be fast and where maybe another driver cannot do the same thing that they're doing.
Yeah. Now, Lika.
So here comes Lika.
Yeah, so I've got his on board now. He's currently got the... Have I got Lika? Yeah, it's saying he's got the... Oh, yeah, he's got soft tyres on fresh off, so that's what the S0 means. It means he's done 0 hot laps on these soft tyres. Now, he's coming across the line now. His DRS is wide open. He's got only 1% wear, so he's actually done a pretty good job to keep his tyre wear down for his outlap. Let's check him out as he goes through turn 1. So you want to turn in and brake when you hit the apex. Let the car drift wide slightly so you can turn it back in. You can see his left tyres there, 124 degrees. The outside tyres peaked you there. And watch as he comes through the S's. No green tyres whatsoever. He's switching to red to yellow to red to yellow, peaking at about 121 degrees there. Now, when you come out of this long left-hander at turn 7, you do allow the tyres to cool just a little bit, as you can see, and then it's immediately half throttle as you turn in at turn 8. You want to hit that apex perfectly, brake and lift as early as you can as you go through turn 9, back on the throttle. That's a very prone position if you're going to spin there. It's so easy to spin if you get on the throttle too early. And as he comes into the hairpin, you can see as, again, front tyres heating up a little bit more than the rears, but he's managed to keep them cool as he's coming through the long right-hander now at turn 12, approaching Spoon. Now, Spoon is, again, another very tricky corner. He's already put up 2% tyre wear, and he's only just halfway through the second sector. He's gone a little bit wide. He's got a little bit of understeer. You can see that he's hit the gravel. He's gone off track. He's not invalidated, though. He's still managed to keep his lap time secure for now, although he's probably lost out about half a second. Through 130R, you're looking at an absolute full throttle. Just nail that apex there. Avoid the curb as much as you can. And when you're coming up to brake here on a quali lap, you want to brake at about 120 meters. Turn it in early on the throttle. Take as much curb at turn 18 or 17, sorry, as you can. And he's coming into the pits. So he must have gone a bit too wide at the exit of Spoon there, and he just lost too much time in his lap and he's come into the pits. But you can really see the amount of pressure, the amount of weight and heat they are putting into these tyres. And we, like I said, in race trim with the fuel, you're looking at about 6% per lap wear on the softs.
Yeah, and as Lika was going around Robot, Stinson put in another fastest lap. He's now at a 26.404, so a little bit faster, a little bit of an improvement. And then we saw Santi get up to the 126.7. He held P2 for a second, and then Gurman came across the line with a 26.463.
Wow.
600ths off of Stinson.
Yeah, that's not bad. Now, Stinson did say he's gone for the softest tyre strategy today because he wants to try and do 4 quali laps. So he's going to try and do 4 hot laps on those soft tyres to see if he can get back into that 125.8 time that he did earlier on today. Right now, it doesn't look like anyone's going to be able to challenge him if he can do that 125. I think the best we're going to see from the rest is going to be a low 126.
I think you're right, and Stinson's not going for the opposite tire strategy today with running the soft, so we're looking at 8, and then the guys are going to try to run it. Now, Stinson did a 12-lap stint earlier today in practice and was able to make them stick and keep pace up. I mean, he also kept pace up and then was able to switch to the mediums. So we know that's what Stinson's trying to do. I don't know that everybody else is going to be able to do the same thing. As Atomic is crossing the line, he is going to start his hot lap, and he's going to go around.
So let's see how he gets on. So Atomic actually only started his practice today, which is usually a little bit late for him, but he's had a lot of work on, and he's just not had time. He's been saying that he's been struggling through the S's, and he's looking like he's got pretty decent steering control, but it looks like he's not got the gears nailed at the minute. He's doing a lot of short shifts down and back up again, and I feel like he might just be losing a bit of time there. Let's see how he gets through. He does lift and he's invalidated.
He can invalidate.
Oh, that was a pretty good lap. I mean, it definitely wasn't pole, but it was definitely top 5, just based on his time as he went through that Sector 1 line. But
yeah, he's fighting the car at Robot.
Yeah.
So what you were talking about earlier with him quick shifting and downshifting the way he is, he's fighting the car and he's fighting the setup. It's not something that he agrees with right now. He's going to have to find a sweet spot in that setup and get the car to go around.
Mm-hmm. Do we have a weather report yet? Do we know if the weather's going to be dry in the race as well, or I can't seem to find a report from all the drivers yet.
Take a look. Not yet.
No.
It's dry. It's going to be a dry.
So it looks like they've got the look again. That means it's probably going to be wet in D2 in an hour and a half's time, most likely.
I would not doubt it. That's the luck that D2 has had this season, but it's also not something that the D1 drivers are happy about. There are a majority of the drivers in D1 that have not been happy with not seeing rain this season. I'm sure there's those 5 or 6 guys that have been just, ecstatic about not seeing rain all season. But there are some guys in there that would love to see the rain and throw a little bit more of a challenge into their race day.
Yeah, quite a few of them. Like Vilsek, for example, is one of them, although he's not racing today. All he's wanted is a wet D1 race. I don't think he's ever actually got one. He may have had a wet quali, but not a wet race. And yeah, I mean, they just seem to have all of the luck when it comes to the dynamic weather setting. And for some reason, D2 seems to suffer a lot more. Now, I'm not against a wet race, but I think a lot of the drivers need to do a lot more wet practice because they spend most of the time in dry TT, don't they?
Yeah, Robot, he's at 126.0.
Oh, so he has managed to set the flat time.
D1.
Wow.
Yep.
Now that's decent.
And I think Stinson's going to be able to top it now if he can get a lap put together. I'm watching Lika right now. Lika's going through Spoon. It looks like he's corrected the issue that he had on the last hot lap, and he's got around there the right way. He's going to come in. I think this is going to put him around top 5. We'll have to see what happens as he goes through 130R. Here he comes down to, it looks like 16, 17, and 18. Let's see how he gets through. He takes it in second gear. He's going to come around, go up to third, and get immediately on the throttle as he comes through. And he's going to go across the DRS line, across the finish line, and it's going to give him a 127.1.
That's a pretty decent time, but again, I still think he can go faster than that. Now, he has also put 4% wear on those tyres with minimal fuel, so he needs to be careful. And it doesn't look like he's doing a proper cooldown lap at the minute. I think he's trying to race back to the pits to see if he can set another time, but surely it's too late now.
Yeah, he may have found something in that lap where he knows he can do a little bit better. It was a good lap, but he knows he can change something and get him another 10th, 2 tenths, 3 tenths, something. I want to see Stinson as he is out on the track right now. I believe he is on a hot lap. He is also going through 130R. Here he comes to the turn. It's going to be 15, and then he's going to come down. He's in 8th gear. He's doing 314 kilometers an hour. He goes down and he takes the right in 3rd, and he's going to stay in 3rd the whole time. And when he comes out, he's just immediately on the throttle. No shift, nothing. Across the CRS.
He's done it! He's done it!
It's gonna be
He's done it!
25.9.
He's done it! Oh my god! Oh my god! A 25.9. It's still not as quick as his time previously, but wow! I don't think another driver's going to be able to beat that. Oh my god!
What a time. That might be all Stinson has. We'll have to wait and see. I know Ezat burnt a set of tires from the contact with Yuval earlier, but we'll have to see if Ezat can do it, Robot.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Now, I'm riding on board with Yuval right now, actually. He's in the Haas, it looks like, today. I can see the Jack and Jones sponsor there. And he's currently in 4th place. Now, again, I think this is only his 2nd race in OFR, and it's so nice that we've got another driver who can run absolutely 0 assists and challenge our top guys.
It's going to come.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to come, yeah. I mean, we're going to have the guys come up. We've got a couple top guys. Yeah, he goes super wide at the last chicane there. It's going to make him come right back in.
Now, we still have a fair few people on an outlap. One of the guys I want to bring your attention to is ISRL Gernman. He's on an outlap, and we know he's beaten Stinson in quali a few times this season already. If anyone can do it right now, I think it's either Gernman or it's Santu. Santu does always pull out a fast lap right at the last minute. I want to see what Santu can do, but right now I'm going to stick with Gernman, unless Santu's a bit close. Oh, Santu's actually started his lap now. Let's ride on board with Santu. If you can keep an eye on his sector time as he goes through the sector 1 line, I'll stick with his on board. Let's see. So he's nice and tidy as he goes through turn 1 and 2. Hits the S's, full speed, lifts as he hits turn 4. He's looking tidy. He's using a controller, so he's a little more twitch on the steering than someone who was using a steering wheel, but he's not doing a bad time right now. He's looking pretty solid. Now he's currently on a 1:27.6. What's his sector 1 time?
It's going to be a 31.3. He's a 10th down, Robot.
Okay, so
a little
he's
faster.
improving. I think his slowest sector currently is the middle sector. I think he hasn't nailed Spoon as well as he could. If he can do it this lap, though, he might be able to get that down about 3 or 4 tenths, because I think he made a mistake his first time round. So Yuval is happy with his 4th place for now. He's not going to be able to set another time. And here comes Santi now, going round turn 12, coming into 13 and 14 at Spoon. Let's see how he does it. No lockup this time, and he's hit that curb beautifully. Nice steering control as well, and he's early on the throttle too. Stinson's retired from the session. He's happy with his 1:25.9, and Santu's going to cross the sector 2 time shortly. Let's have a look what it is. Oh, he's a little bit over. He's 3 thousandths over
Yeah,
his
he's
time.
a little over now.
I'm not sure if he's run out of tyres or something, but if
Now
he can make it-
Gernman, his sector, he's down. He's a half second up. No, that can't be right. The timing was off. So he's still on his sector 1 time. Let's see what Gernman puts in.
Yeah, German's is a 10th up.
Yeah, a 31.1. I think it's about 2 tenths faster. He's at, oh no.
I think German's invalidated. The track map's currently looking red. We've got a car off. Is that Jedi? Jedi's in the gravel at turn 6, sorry. He needs to be careful. He's going to get disqualified if he doesn't get it turned around in time.
Yeah, he's got to keep the tires rolling here.
And there you go. He's let the cars pass. That's very good of him. Let's jump back to Gernman quickly. And see, yeah, Gernman's invalidated. So he's not going to be able to improve on his 1:26.4 at the moment. So he's looking like a solid P3 for now. Anyone behind who could beat him? AJ could. AJ's just gone through 130R right now. He's coming up to the final chicane at 16 and 17. Come on, AJ. Let's see. He's nice and tidy. He's a little bit late on the throttle as he's coming out at 17, but he's sticking to the inside at 18. No more bump in the road, and he's gone 6th fastest. He's set a 1:26.7. That is, again, a very good time. Bearing in mind that AJ hasn't raced pretty much in F1 all this season, he's still competitive. Very, very nice to see. And I think that's it. Jedi's not going to be able to set a time, unfortunately, because he spun off. So he's going to have to return to the pits, and I think that's it.
That's going to be your order, Robot. Stinson with the 125. The only driver to break the 126 and get into the 125s. Izat with a 126 flat, and then Gernman a 126.4, 4 tenths off second place, Robot.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to quickly jump back to the standing screen just so you guys can see what's going on. Izat, qualified in second, is leading by 8 points. His competitors in the championship, Atomic and Scotty, both of them are in 7th and 8th. That's Scotty and Atomic, 7th and 8th respectively. Izat has done what he needs to pull away and make it a lot easier for him come the final race in Silverstone. But anything can happen in turn 1, and we haven't even spoken about the likelihood of a safety car yet.
No, we haven't, because look who's in front of him, Robot. I mean, Stinson. That's not young Stinson, that's the Great Disturber.
Exactly.
That's who that is.
So Stinson and Izat have come into contact in the final lap, pretty much the final corner in Australia. Izat and Atomic have tangled first corner in Monza. Stinson got joined in on that little tangle when Sandy hit the back of him. Turn 1 in D1 has not been the safest place at the moment.
No, and when you talk about safety cars, Robot, this is the track for it. The runoffs are horrible. There's grass everywhere. There's sand traps everywhere. The cars like to come back on the track if they get sideways. It's a safety car track. You're going to see it in turn 1. Almost guaranteed. We're going to see safety cars from the S's, and we're definitely going to see it from the hairpin. Maybe the hairpin, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a safety car race.
Absolutely. Now, who do you think is going to run away with it? If turn 1 goes cleanly and we do not see a safety car, do you think Stinson has the lap-for-lap race pace to beat Izat and Gernman behind him?
I think he does. I think he does. In practice earlier today, Stinson was saying he was doing the low 130s with lap time on race trim. On race trim, he's doing 130s, low 130s. Izat's on that 130.4, I believe. Gernman, we have no idea. Gernman's just come in today. We didn't see him in the practice sessions earlier. We haven't seen Yuval. We saw Santi. Santi looks good. Santi could get up there in the top 3. And AJ, we haven't seen AJ all season, so we might see AJ in the top 5. I don't know if Atomic has got it. As you said earlier, he just started practicing today. I don't know if he's got enough to get up to the top 5. Izat might run away with some points here this weekend.
Yeah, and one mistake from Izat, though, one thing we haven't shown today are the penalties. Now, Izat's currently leading the penalty championship. He has the most penalty points. If he makes one, if he gets one minor incident today, he's looking at a minimum of a 5-place grid penalty, and that is going to be crucial. So he needs to keep it clean. Now, these incidents that we just spoke about between him and Stinson and Atomic, they're not reporting each other. These guys have got some type of deal going on where they're not going to report. So it's going to have to be an incident with Izat and someone else who's could potentially make Izat get a penalty. Now, I don't think any of the other top guys have anywhere near as many penalty points as Izat currently does, so I think they're safe. But they could play a few mind games here. They could do a few, late braking, late maneuvers, things like that to get into Izat's mind, force him to make a mistake, pick up a penalty, and championship fight is back alive. But yeah, we don't know.
Now, what about time penalties today around Suzuka, Robot? I mean, are you expecting to see a lot of time penalties? I'm not. I mean, because if you go off, you're off.
Yeah, you're off, but so we saw quite a lot of lap invalidations, maybe 3 or 4, not quite a lot in qualifying. The first Degner at turn 8, definitely a place where you can easily pick up a penalty because it's one of those fast corners, turn, send it, don't look back, and I don't know, maybe 30% of the time you do that, you're going to get a warning. 3 of those warnings, you get a penalty. Other places where you could get a penalty, possibly just the final chicane at 16 and 17. Now, if you lock up there, you have to go deep. You're going to cut the corner, and you're going to gain a lot of time. That's the problem. Even if you don't mean to, you gain a lot of time if you cut the corner, and that is a 5-second penalty minimum, I think, if you cut it there.
Yeah, so, I think you're right.
Could see it there. Now, let's talk about those chances of a safety car one more time. Turn 1, do you think it's going to come out?
I think it's going to come out. It's definitely going to come out. The stakes are high. I think the top runners are going to try to stay consistent, not really take the chance, but we've got, I mean, I think you said 3 or 4 newer drivers that are driving today that have not been in D1. I mean, a couple of them have been in a couple races, but we've got those guys. We've got Santi. We've got Lika. Atomic's down in 8th. He's got to make some room up, and Scotty's down there. There are some places that have to be made up, and turn 1 is definitely the spot where you can do it, but there's also that risk factor. Do you want to risk it? And I think there are some drivers here today that want to do it, and we're going to see a safety car.
I believe so. Now, we've got the notification from Stinson that we are ready to go. He also sent me a message saying, you asked, you received. He's referring to me asking him to do a 125 again in quali, and of course he managed to do it. So bravo, Stinson. Now guys, just remind you, we don't have a formation lap on, so we're going to, as soon as those lights go out or these guys are lined up on the grid, we are moving straight away, and it doesn't allow you to set the cameras up and everything. So again, I will do my best. Havoc, if you can you know, check what's going on at the back in case I miss anything, because I always do, that would be great. Right, here we go. We've got the lights. That's 3, 4, 5 lights here at Suzuka at Race 9 in Division 1 OFR, and we are already away. Now, it looks like the top guys did get a pretty much start. There is a Red Bull at the back who's managed to jump ahead 1 position, I believe. Izat is leading as they go through turn 1, however, and it's still Izat leading as he hits the apex at turn 2. He's leading. There's no trouble going on at the back, I don't think. Some guys are going side by side.
Someone's off. That's Margaret. U-Ball is off in the S's.
It's Simon and Jedi are currently going wheel to wheel as well. It looks like Margaret has gone right off the track. He's right in last place at the moment. Izat has got jumped, but oh no, he hasn't. Izat hasn't got jumped. I made a mistake at the beginning. Sorry guys. Stinson got a decent start, not Izat. Izat is currently trailing him by 0.7 of a second. Stinson's doing everything he needs to at the minute to pull away and really limit the amount of points that Izat can get, which will help the guys out behind him.
What a start there, Robot. Yuval is going to have to come into the pits. Both end plates missing. He's not going to be able to get around the track at pace. He's going to have to come in. Look at the time difference on the intervals. Now, we know in past races we haven't had appropriate intervals. We're going to have to wait until the guys come across the line, but it doesn't look like Stinson's really getting away. Izat is still there. Not that many position changes as well. Simon's the only person that had a 2-position change came up 1 and passed Jedi, so the guys are still pretty close together, it looks like.
Yeah, nice and clean. Did not expect that at turn 1. Now, one thing I do want to bring your attention to, again, as we spoke about it previously, the slipstream in the toe is absolutely huge, as we see already. Santu's cut the chicane because he went deep into the corner. He's already picked up a 3-second time penalty. That is how easy it is around here, especially at that chicane, to get a penalty. This is going to be crucial.
Yeah, it's going to be super important. We're starting to see the guys tidy up a little bit. It's one of those tracks, isn't it, Robot, where you kind of drop off in the straight, but when the S's come up, they bunch back up together again. I mean, it's one of those tracks where you can catch up, but as you were saying, the dirty air in like 130R, the front straight after the hairpin, it's not easy to get around because of the dirty air. You have to get close in these slower corners.
Absolutely. AJ, just want to bring your attention to him. He's actually doing a pretty decent job right now. He's in 6th place. He's currently running where he started on the grid. Remember, these guys don't use any assists whatsoever. They don't even have a racing line. And they all managed to keep it clean as they went through turn 1, which was amazing. But AJ is doing a fantastic job keeping the 2nd place in the championship, Atomic, behind him currently. And he's not allowing Scotty to escape. He's kept that 0.6 of a gap for these first 1.5 laps. He's going to pass Scotty soon, I think. And that's going to be crucial again for the amounts of points that Atomic might lose to Scotty. This is amazing.
Yeah, Scotty's got to be careful not to start racing AJ here. AJ knows he's not in the points, but he's gonna give it his all. He's not gonna sit back, and he's gonna want to lay it all down on the track for the end of the season. But then Gurman's still P3, Santi in P4. I hope that the guys stay this way, and then we've got Lika down in P8. Lika's moved up 1 position. I believe it came off the Margaret incident in the S's at the beginning of the race. Simon with a 3-position gain. I don't know if VR made a mistake or not, but Simon with 3 positions gained already at the start of the race, but I think VR's making a move on him now.
Great. I'm going to keep an eye on that. I'm just quickly showing the guys the telemetry for Lika's tyre wear. I just want to show you, he's done 2 laps and he's already got the front tyres up to 17%. Now, he was only on 4%, let's not forget. He's on 18% now, so that's, what, a 14% rise across 2 laps. That's 7% per lap. It's even higher than we thought it was. And if you look at the track temperature, it's around 29 degrees. It's a little bit cooler than it was in quali, but it's still not helping them out. They're still going to be struggling a lot.
Oh, no, Robot. I think Atomic's lost an end plate.
Ooh,
I think he's running to Scotty. AJ made the move on Scotty, and he got the position, but I think Atomic came in a little fast. I don't know if there were any brakes involved. It's going to bring Lika up close. Lika's going to gain on him. Atomic, Is he going to be able to keep it out, or is he not? He's got the end plate missing on the right. Is that going to affect the car in the race, Robot?
Now, he's looking a little bit slow out of the corners and into the corners too. Lika's got a huge slipstream as he's pulling him uphill right now. Atomic's definitely going to be vulnerable. Lika's allowed him to get away. He knows he's going to have DRS at the end of this lap. I think he's being patient, and I think he's going to wait for a better chance to strike.
Yeah, look at AJ, Robot. AJ P5 already making a move, not really falling off, but I mean, he's not pulling away from Scotty either. Atomic is in.
He's in the pits. No. He's gonna be furious right now. He can see the championship fight just drop away from him. He must. I do not want to be in his party right now. He's probably screaming in Italian.
No.
Now, Gernman is still behind Izat, only 7/10 of a second, so we could see Gernman make a move on Izat soon. Izat, unfortunately, has dropped away from Stinson, 1.4 seconds behind him, actually, at the moment. So, yeah, I think Izat's
We're going to have to watch Scotty and AJ all race, I think, Robot. They flip-flopped again. I don't know where he's done it at, but they've changed positions again, and we missed it.
I don't... Now... I've got a feeling that Scotty hasn't learnt the racing line properly on this track yet. I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but he seems to be going just a little bit wide and picking up a lot of dirt on his tyres when he's going through some of these fast corners, and I think that's slowing him down a little bit. AJ is following him quite closely, 6/10 behind. We know how difficult it is to follow around here, but he's still managing to keep that gap around the same. Look, 6/10 of a second, it's going to hover around there. He's going to get a bit of a toe, it's going to drop below 6 here, but AJ could make another move on this main straight once he gets the DRS open.
Yeah, let's look at Simon and VR here, Robot. They're 5/10 off of each other. Simon trying to make the move. If he doesn't get it done before 130R, he's going to have DRS when they come around the front stretch. Simon, kind of a surprise today. He's doing fairly well.
Yeah, he's not been on pace that many races this season, unfortunately. But he seems... I think Suzuka's a pretty decent track for him, actually. He seems to be in control of his car right now. We've got a little bit of wheel spin as he was going through turn 18 there, but nothing too serious. He's still within DRS zone of VR, so he's going to be able to catch up just a little bit, and he might be able to follow through the S's again. But I'm going to jump back up to Gernman and ease that, because Gernman's closed that gap 3/10. It's now at just 4/10 of a second.
Here they come through the S's on the exit. They're going to come up to Diagonal 1. You can gain a little bit here, but I don't think he's going to gain enough. It's definitely not a spot where you can go and make an overtake here. Maybe down in the hairpin. Let's see if Gernman makes a dive here as they go into the hairpin. He's super close. He's 3/10, and he's gonna hold on.
Yeah, I think that's a clever decision right now. We don't want to go too wide at the hairpin, especially when you've not got that much of a speed advantage, because you're going to push someone wide, someone's going to be upset, and you're going to get a penalty for it. So it's best to wait until you've got some nice slipstream, for example, through 130R or on the main straight. Now, gap is just peaked above 6/10 of a second right there, slightly. It's going to come down again once we see Izat almost pull him with a rope uphill. Slipstream super strong when you're going uphill there. The gap it's staying at around 6/10, so maybe Izat's defending with a little bit of overtake, I don't know. But look at Gernman's overtake, it's at 11%. It's so hard to get it back.
He's eating it up. Yeah, he's eating it up to catch up. Here comes AJ on Scotty here, Robot. Has to go down in the last turn. The last chicane. He tried to make a move. Scotty goes sideways, and he is sideways.
Ooh, AJ actually... Oh, look at Lika. He's taking advantage of that situation. AJ actually helped him to get back. Has AJ got wing damage? No, he hasn't. Thankfully, he doesn't.
He does. Lika, the Predator. That's what I'm going to call him, Robot. The Predator.
AJ by the outside!
Side by side. Oh my gosh!
AJ, what a move! Oh, he broke so late. He just sent it and got that position back. Oh my gosh!
I think he's back, Robot. I think AJ's back.
Oh my! That's got to be the overtake of the race so far. AJ, wow, what a move! I thought that was going to end so badly. I really did. Oh my gosh. How he made that stick, I don't know, but well, good job.
No idea. The Predator just stalking these two, waiting for the right time to make the move, and they touch going into the last chicane, and he pounces on it like a cat. He's right on top of it. And then Gernman, we've got Gernman and Izat still 5/10 separating the two. Here they come through Spoon. I wonder if he's gaining anything. He's actually losing some time going through Spoon, Robot. He's losing a 10th. In Spoon alone.
Right, so let me give you an update on the tyre wear too. Again, I'm just going to stick with Lika because I know he's the only one that's got his tyre wear shared. You should be able to see that right now if I quickly switch it. I'm showing you the vehicle view right now. He's got 35% wear on his front tyres, and he's got 32% even wear on his rear tyres too. And let's see, we're on lap 6, so that's looking at an average 6% per lap. It's starting to slow down a
Something's
little
wrong
bit.
with Scotty there, Robot. He's getting pressured from Osher now. Osher and P8 trying to make a move, and here he comes. He's in the pits.
Wow. I'm really not... It must be his tyres or something. I don't know what it is, but he does look... Oh, there you go. His tyre wear was 43% on the front and 38% on the rear. He's got a lot more tyre wear than these other guys. Now, he's in the pits right now. He's put on some fresh... Is that hard rubber? Let's have a look. Let's switch back to the vehicle view. He's on hards. He's on fresh, hard tyres. He's going the distance.
Run it to the end.
Yep, he is. Now, where's Atomic in all of this? Is Atomic going to come out ahead of Scotty? No, he's not. Atomic running out of the points currently. Please tell me he's not on the medium tyres. He is, isn't he?
He is. He's on the medium tyres, Robot. He's now committed to a 2-stop.
Yeah, for sure. I think he's just going to hope for a safety car a little bit later on. Going to jump back up to German and Izat though, because that gap is now just 0.4 of a second again as they made it through the S's. It looks like...
I think German's content, Robot.
Yeah, but so this is the thing though, because as we were practicing earlier, we knew that it is so hard to follow. You're getting more tyre wear. You're struggling to get through the corners without slipping the rears. And if Gernmans is staying 0.4 behind Izat right now, and let's just look at Izat's ERS, they've got about the same ERS. German must be a lot faster than Izat without, you know, this disadvantage of being stuck behind in the dirty air. I think once one of them comes into the pits as Jedi retires, unfortunately, it's safety car. Atomic, we've got the safety car. And look at that.
He's at the edge of Spoon. He's on the exit of Spoon, Robot. Let's see what happened.
Oh no.
He had to have gone sideways. He had to have touched the curb.
Pingu's pitted. Right, Santu's pitted. Lika's going to pit too. AJ's probably going to pit as well. It came out just as Stinson, Izat, and German crossed the safety car pit line.
Oh, wow.
So they're going to get jumped here. This could work out badly.
They might have enough when they come around. I'm not sure if they can race around, but I think you're right. They may get jumped.
So a lot of people have been saying that they don't want the safety car on because it does stuff like this, but this is the beauty of the safety car. It turns a race it turns gaps into no gaps whatsoever. It brings the race back alive. Now look at that. Scotty, who pitted a lap before, has just jumped Lika and AJ because of that safety car. He's got that position back. He is on one lap older tyres, but with this safety car, they're all going to be pretty much on equal temp, roughly equal wear by the time the safety car comes in. So Scotty's jumped a few of these guys. Undercut seems to be working.
Yeah, it's got to work. We know it works from practice earlier today.
Sorry. Can I just quickly say?
Go ahead.
Stinson has actually been caught by the safety car. It collected him at turn 1.
That's what I was gonna say, Robot.
Oh,
the safety car has ruined him because before the safety car came out, he had way more ERS than Izat and German. I think because he's in clean air. But now what the safety car is gonna do is it's going to equal them all out. And look, they're all going to restart on the ERS.
Look where Scotty is. He's about 200 meters down the road. They're about to get all bunched up back together. This safety car has ruined the race for Stinson, Izat, and German. They've got to pit. It's lap 8. They have to pit. They're going to come out in last. Atomic is going to be laughing right now. He must be ecstatic. He's still a bit far behind, but he's definitely going to jump them. Oh my goodness. Oh,
what a turnaround, Robot. We were talking about this earlier, weren't we? About the strategy. What do you do when the safety car comes out around lap 8, 9, 10? What do? You have to go to the hards. You can't run them till 12. Stinson is now not going to be able to run the softs until 12. There's no way he's going to stay out, and he's going to have to go to the hards.
He is. He's definitely going to have to go to the hards. And look at Atomic now. He's just coming up into the chicane. Stinson's in the pits. Izat's in the pits, German's in the pits, everyone else pitted. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Now look at our P1, Robot. Santu in P1. Yes. Before the safety car came out, he had 3 seconds on the guys behind him. He couldn't quite stay up with the top 3 guys, but he had 3 seconds on the guys behind. This could be Santi's to lose now.
It really could be, and I just want to also point out, Margaret, that's Yuval, has actually jumped everyone. He's jumped Stinson, Izat, and German, and remember, he spun out lap 1 and he's pitted. They're running dead last.
Why is Atomic in?
Oh no. What
has Atomic done?
He should have stayed. I mean, he was on 7-lap old mediums, but I think he should have stayed out. He should have waited for another safety car.
Oh no, that's right. He pitted, and when he did earlier, it was on the mediums.
But I think he should have stayed out. I mean, I can't imagine what his wear must have been around 17-18%. He could have gone another 10 laps and hoped for another safety car. He had to gamble and he didn't. He played it safe.
Now, another thing I want to pull up.
Yeah.
Simon, P7 is on the mediums, pitted for the mediums.
Oh.
But I want to say, I believe he started on the mediums.
I don't think he did. I think he started on the softs.
Was he on the softs?
I think he was on
no,
the...
it was mediums.
It was?
No, Robot.
Oh, VR spun! VR spun! No! VR! Oh!
no!
Let's see. He's come out. He's only lost 2 positions. He's only lost 2 positions.
Has he got wing damage?
Oh, has he got an end plate missing? No.
No,
he hasn't
nothing.
got any. He hasn't got any. Okay.
He's good. But he's going to get one if he keeps following Margaret the way he is. Margaret, he's on the hards as well. Simon, what happened to Simon? Simon came in. He's on the second stop of mediums. He's going to have to come in again.
He probably thinks there's going to be another safety car. I mean, he does have a better tyre right now. The medium's going to heat up way quicker. When they start the race, he's not going to get that same slippage that you would on the cold, hard tyre. I'm really not sure what's going to happen here. Safety car's coming in. It's a late one again. It's a late one again. So they're not going to allow to get the gap. Let's jump back up to Scotty. Let's ride on board with Scotty and see where Santu pulls away. He's not allowed to slam the brakes on, and Santu's going. So,
oh no!
Oh,
Lika 5-second penalty. AJ 5-second penalty. VR 5-second penalty. All of the guys getting caught up by the safety car have run into each other.
They must have gone a lot earlier than they thought. I mean, Santu... so this is exactly what we saw in Mugello last week. Santu's dictating the pace, and if those guys get on the throttle before Santu do, they're going to hit someone ahead of them. They need to make sure they keep that gap in front of them and not get too early on the throttle.
There was nothing they could do, Robot. I mean, the safety car caution, the in-lap notification came in right when they hit the last chicane. There was nothing that do. Scotty picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, and that's cutting
coming
the
out of the S's.
Yeah, that's that first Egner again. It's so easy to get a penalty though. Look at Stinson. He's already in 7th place. He was just in 12th, and he's already in 7th place. He's on medium. Stinson is as well.
He's got to be careful here.
Him and Izat, and Simon's going wheel to wheel with him as well, and Izat's moved around the outside and got him! Round turn 12, look at Izat go!
Stinson as well!
They're going to go side by side into Spoon, they need to be careful, Stinson's looking to make a move, no he's not! Izat's got his wing right up the rear of Stinson right now, Izat needs to be a bit further away to keep it clean, they've managed to get through unscathed, thankfully, no carbon fibre flying around. Whew, that was close, that was very, very close.
I don't think Simon and Izat are on the same team radio, Robot. I don't think that the team call has come out for Simon to make it a little bit harder for Stinson to get by, but he is going to have to let Izat by.
Izat's just gone into the back of him as well. Has Izat got damage? No, he doesn't. No. He doesn't have any damage, thankfully, but he's going to move now. Simon doesn't want to give that position up, though. They're going wheel to wheel, and Simon's turned his overtake on.
Yeah, he's
Izat's got him.
Gurman's right behind. Now, if Simon was on team orders here, you've got to think he's got to be holding Gurman up.
Yep.
Gurman right behind 210s. Here they come through the S's. I don't think Gurman can make the move in the S's. He's going to have to wait until they come out and get through the first and second Degna and go down into the hairpin. That's where we're going to see the move. But is Simon going to be holding him up?
Yeah. Now, I just want to let you know, Lika doesn't have any wing damage whatsoever. So if someone did hit him as AJ picks up a penalty, it didn't cause any problems for him, so he's okay. Other than that, we got Gurman going really wide as he's going through the second Degna there, and they're coming up to the hairpin right now. He's gone down the inside. He's done the dive bomb, and he's actually got the position change done. He always squeezed Simon wide there. Yeah, that was a bit cheeky from Gurman there. He pushed Simon right off the road. Simon's not going to be happy with that. Ooh.
No, that's just the luck for Simon. Yeah, I mean, he's trying to get around. He's trying to keep the car on the track. He's done an amazing job today. Maybe Gurman thought that he was trying to hold him up.
Maybe. It could be so.
And here comes Stinson, and he's that robot on Osher. We'll have to see how they get on with Osher as they go through the last chicane. I think they're going to have it done by the time they get to turn 1.
DRS is
and
enabled
DRS
as well.
is enabled.
Now, Stinson's looking, he's made a move to the left. He's going to get the outside line. They're still side by side, though. Stinson's not firmly ahead right now. It's still Usher who's going to hold that inside line through turn 1. It's going to be a question of who can outbrake who. Usher's gone, no, it's Stinson. Stinson's gone wide. He's gone off the track. Where's Usher? Usher's back. He's got the position back.
Usher is blocked. Ezat couldn't take advantage of the move because Usher came right back down and got right in front of Ezat. Usher's back in P5. He's in front of both of them again.
Clever move from Usher there. Very nice to see this young driver defending so well against Stinson and Ezat. Stinson's right behind him, though.
What's it doing to them, Robot? Look at the time gap between these guys and the top 4. What's it doing to these guys?
Yeah, it's, I mean, Santu was just 1.7 seconds ahead of Scotty, but he's now dropped down to 4/10. Santu's made a mistake somewhere.
He has. It had to have been in the hair. No, they just went through the hairpin. It had to be Degna or the S's.
Maybe. Now, what it's doing to the guys ahead, we're only on lap 12. We've got 15 laps to go, so we're not even at the halfway point yet. I reckon that Stinson's still got the pace currently to get back ahead. We've got yellow in sector 1. It's OFR and Yuval. I think Yuval's gone off, and VR's overtaken him. Yet VR's got that P11 now, and he's got Simon ahead of him.
And Yuval's off again, right into the sand trap as he went wide after Degna 1.
Now, Stinson lifted as he was going through 130R there, and I think he's going to get DRS now. I think he's going to make easy work of Usher right now. Let's have a look and let's watch that speed advantage. Stinson's currently waiting for the DRS. He's opened it right now. He's switched his ERS to overtake. He's only got 7% left, though. Usher's going to have a little bit more, but look at that speed advantage. He's almost got the overtake done.
Stinson said not this time, Robot. He's taking the inside. He doesn't want the outside. Ezat's going to try to make the move as they come through. He's going to get stuck. Again. He's stuck behind Usher. He's not going to be able to make the move. He's not going to be able to get through this until hairpin. Degna's not going to happen. He's going to have to wait another 4 to 5 turns before he can get around Usher. This could be Stinson getting away.
It really could be. He's 1.8 seconds behind AJ right now. AJ's 1.3 behind Likala. Scotty is just 5/10 exactly behind Santu right now. There's a lot of battles going on as both Iza and Usher pick up a penalty for cutting the corner at the first Degna again. It's turn 8. It's that corner where you can cut it so easily. A lot of penalties right now. There are a lot of penalties.
That's what you said earlier, Robot. It's going to be the Degna. That's where they're going to get the time penalties at. Santi is trying to get that gap back that he had earlier, that 1.7 gap to P2. It's currently 0.534. He's not really pulling away as Scotty goes wide there coming out of the spoon. It's just not happening for me. He had it all to lose, and it may be happening.
Yeah. Now, Lika is the only one without a time-second penalty to be added to the end of the race. Now, I know he has a 5-second penalty. That's a stop-and-go penalty, and if he doesn't serve it, it will get added. But the guys ahead both have 3 seconds worth of penalties that definitely will be added, and Lika only has that stop-and-go. The McLaren behind him with AJ only has a 3-second time penalty too. I'm not sure if he has the stop-and-go as well, but a lot of these guys have penalties. A lot of them.
Yeah, now how is that going to go over, Robot, with the stewards? Are there? Oh, no, Scotty with another 3-second time penalty going through turn 1.
Well, that's not a usual place where you pick up a penalty. Did he go wide or did he go on the inside?
I'm not sure. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at...
Oh, Scotty's got wide! He's got wide! Is it? Oh, is he avoided damage? He's not got any damage. He wall-rided.
It's going to put him all the way down, though. He's got to be careful when he comes in. He's got to be very, very careful when he comes in.
Yeah, his tires are going to be so overheated right now. And you can see
there goes Simon. Simon's going to go around very, very easily.
Now, this has just taken Scotty out of that championship fight. He's currently only getting 1 point. Yeah, Stinson.
Look at Stinson and Ezat. Ezat's gone around Usher. Atomic and Gurman have gone around Usher. They're all the way back up to P4, P5. AJ is up there. They're 1.1 seconds away with, it looks like about 14 laps to go, Robot. Santi has now got that gap back. It's at 1.5. But Lika, the Predator, is still there. He's not going to let him get away.
No, not at all. And that was all because Scotty went wide on the entry into the S's there. And it's just lost him so much time. And it's lost him a potential championship as well. He's only getting 1 point, like I said. And you're right. Stinson's catching. Ezat's catching. Atomic somehow is in P6 catching. The top 3 guys are going to be under pressure come 2 or 3 laps time. And they are going to be under pressure by the fastest guys in OFR.
Yeah. Now, what I was trying to get to earlier, Robot, was the stop-and-go penalty that the guys have got. They don't have to pit again, but how are the stewards going to look at that and approach that situation? Is this something that we're going to have taken off from AJ, because of the safety car?
So, It really depends on what happened. If they just got hit from behind and they didn't do a brake check, then they can remove it. However, if you hit the guy in front of you and you're at fault, that penalty's staying.
Yeah.
It's happened quite a lot. It shouldn't be happening anymore, especially now we're on race 9. But these people are just so eager to get on the throttle come the safety car restart that we'll see exactly what we saw in Mugello in real F1.
Yeah, look at Stinson and AJ now, Robot. 6/10 the gap. It's just dying off. AJ still 1.5 behind Lika. I don't even know if Lika's going to be safe in all this, Robot.
I don't think he is. I mean, I'm not sure what happened with the 5-second penalty with Lika on the safety car restart. I'm not sure if he was at fault or not. I doubt it. He's not usually one to make a mistake on a safety car restart.
No.
But right now, Stinson in P4 doesn't have any penalties either. Izat does, and AJ does. So Stinson could be looking at a race win if he can catch up to Santi and disturb him once again.
That's where it's come from, Robot. I think we're going to see the same thing again. We're going to see Santi in P1. We're going to see Stinson P2. It's going to be one of those disturbers. I want Santi to be able to finish it out and get his P1 this season. But I don't know. Here comes Stinson. Stinson's making a move on AJ. They're going down the front straight. Here they come down into turn 1. Stinson's going to have it done before they even get there.
Yeah, and look at that. Oh, Stinson's locked up a little bit. And he's managed to take him now. Stinson's medium tyres, 24%, all pretty much all round. We've only got 23 on the rear right. The rest of them are around 24 or 25. He's got 11 laps left to go, and if he's already put on 25% wear in 5 laps, then it's 5%. That's like 15 times. We're looking at about. He's going to get to about 70% when it comes to the end of the session.
Gone. Izat's lost connection,
no.
I think, Robot.
He has, yeah. AJ's taken him, and Izat's lost connection. He's going to rejoin, though.
He's going to lose it to Gurman as well. Gurman's going to have to go around as well.
The Atomic is going to be loving this. He's going to be absolutely loving this. Let's just quickly see where
And
Atomic
here comes
is.
Atomic.
Yeah, Atomic straight down the inside. And he's got the overtake done. He is going to be laughing again.
Oh my gosh.
It looks like
now,
this championship fight's going to carry on into Silverstone. It really does.
I think so. I think you're right. It's been that way all season. I don't see a reason for it to stop this race. I think it's going to go the whole way, Robot. And look at Stinson, 5/10 off of Lika. Lika 1.5 off Santi. Is it going to be enough? Is Stinson? I mean, they've got 10 laps to go. Is Stinson going to be able to catch him?
I don't know, but Stinson's tyre's going to last. He's currently on 27% now on his front tyres, 26 on the rear. Compare that to Likla's. I'll switch it for you right now just so you guys can see. Likla's only on 25, 23, so the actual wear isn't that far off. But Stinson's on the faster tyre, and they're going to start to wear more come lap 22, 23. I'm not sure how this is going to end.
I think he's pushing. I think he's pushing. He's pushing, Robot. He's pushing to get up there. He wants to get the move done as fast as possible. Just now, he's done the fastest lap. Earlier, before the race started, I said he was doing the low 130s. He just did a 130 flat.
Wow.
Going around Suzuka. He is moving.
And that's following someone as well. We know how hard it is to follow. You're right, he's pushing. He's pushing a lot. He wants to get that position change on Likula so he can disturb Santu as quick as possible once again.
Yeah, AJ's there. Izat has rejoined. He has come back onto the track.
Great.
He is in P10 though. He's dropped all the way to P10.
He's not going to be happy. And now he's rejoined. We got a bit of a glitch with the timing screen, as you can see. We've got no deltas whatsoever right now, which is a bit unfortunate. But they'll hopefully come back once everyone crosses the line again. Stinson's still running in P3, but he is right behind Likula right now. If he can stay this close, he's looking at about 2/10 behind at the moment, if I could guess. And if he can stay this close, he's going to jump him on the main straight. Here we go. They're going uphill now, approaching 130R. Oh, Stinson's almost... Oh, look at that speed.
He may do it now.
I think Lika's...
He's going to do it now.
I think Lika's playing game. I think Lika's going to wait for the DRS now and hopefully get him back.
Oh, he has! You're right, Robot! That's what he's done! He switched it up! He's going to pull the DRS!
Lika was going way too slow. But Stinson's got a pretty good exit out of the final chicane, though, at 17. He's got through 18. He's jumped... He's what, 6/10 ahead right now? Lika's not going to be able to catch him as he goes to turn 1 now.
No, he's almost giving it to Stinson to catch up to Santi and just take off. If he was to stay in front of him, I don't know if it would have made it harder or, easier, but it's still 1.5. It's now 1.6. Santi is not giving up. Santi's on the hard tires. He's on 9-lap-old hards. Stinson's on the mediums, 8 laps old. Lika with 9-lap-old hards came in on that same safety car, was able to do it. AJ in P4, 8/10 behind Lika, and then Gurman surprisingly 3 seconds behind AJ in P5.
Yeah, and AJ's catching Nicola. He's 7 tenths behind, and I think he's going to close him down. He could even see an overtake on the main straight on lap 19 here. I think AJ has what it takes to do it. Can Lika pull away as they go through Spoon? That's going to be crucial to try and break that toe. I wonder what's going to happen.
I'm not sure. Stinson is breaking into the Delta though, there, Robot. He's already killed about 5 tenths in this lap alone. He's going to get down beyond a second, I believe, before they get to the front stretch.
Yeah, it's exactly a second right now, or 1.001 there, but they've got that gap pretty much constant through the entire part of that back straight. They're coming up to the chicane now. I'm still riding on board with Scotty, but I will jump back to Stinson now. He's not going to get the DRS, unfortunately, but he's going to get a little bit of a toe, and this is going to help him out a little bit here. Let's see if he can get him as German's picked up yet another penalty. German's got a lot right now. He's got a lot of penalties.
Not good.
Now the deltas are starting to come back, which is nice to see. We've got everyone in the top. What is it? Everyone in the. Let me just quickly check. Oh no, we've got a mixture of medium and hard. Sorry. Santu's still got that 3-second penalty. Stinson doesn't have any penalties. That's what we need to keep an eye on too, because currently Stinson is jumping Santu, and he's got the gap to just 6 tenths of a second right now. So we could even see an overtake.
He's gonna get it done on track, though.
Yeah, I think so.
He wants to get it done on track as well, Robot. Stinson's had such a hard time this season with bad luck, puntings, turn 1 incidents. Just turn 1 incidents alone have ruined Stinson's season.
Yeah.
He definitely wants to get it done on track today at Suzuka.
AJ closed the gap to Likula. I think you're right. I think Stinson is probably going to do it this lap. Actually, he doesn't want to win via a penalty. We saw that in Australia too. We know Stinson had a bunch of penalties, but he wanted to do it on track. Unfortunately, that last lap incident did cause a bit of a ruckus. But he's not one to win via default. He's one to win on track. And AJ is now right behind Likula. He's going for the dive, bombed in the inside into the chicane. He's braked right on time there. Likula is currently behind, and I think AJ's going to get the DRS here as well. He is. AJ's got DRS.
He's back, Robot. AJ's back.
He's in P. I'm so happy. He does have a penalty. Let's not forget that. But he is back. We're seeing the same type of pace that we saw from AJ in Season 2.
And Stinson's made the move, Robot. Stinson's made the move in turn 1. They come out on the exit. He's gotten past Santi. Santi made it a little hard for him. He's going to try to keep up here, but I don't know if he's going to be able to do anything with the hard tires until Stinson's mediums drop off, which should be this lap.
Right.
This is the lap. We're going to see his tires go off. What are they at now, Robot?
I'm going to bring that up on the stream right now so everyone can see. Stinson's front tires, 41 and 40. His rears on 39. Like I said, come the end of this race, we're looking at about 60 to 70% wear. That is going to be absolutely crucial. Now, we're just going to quickly compare that again to Lika's hard tyre. Or we can see ping. Oh, there we go. Santu's actually sharing his telemetry today, which is very nice. 11 lap old hards. His fronts are the same wear as Stinson's, but his rears are a little bit better. He's got 34 and 34 compared to Stinson's 40 and 40 on the rears. However, the track is 1 degree cooler. We're now at 27 instead of 28 or 29. This is going to help Stinson out a lot in terms of his tyre wear, but you're right, it's going to be a question of can he keep those rears under control.
Yeah, if Santi doesn't catch Stinson, which I would love to see him do with tyre wear, it's all a matter of Stinson. Let's go back to Mexico, Robot. What happened at Mexico? Stinson spun around because of that old tyre wear. I mean, you have to think he's got to be thinking about that at this point in time, at this late in the race. If Santi can't catch him, Stinson has to worry about the tire wear. I mean, there's so many turns here that you have to lay off when your tire wear gets low. And they may even have lap traffic when they get around to the end of the lap that Stinson's going to have to go around.
He is. I'm just keeping a close eye on Stinson's tire wear, or tire temperature, sorry, as he's going through the S's. He's actually not doing too bad. Now, I know the mediums will obviously be a little bit cooler than the softs when you go through the S's because of the different compound and how they generate and distribute the heat. He was only peaking at about 111 degrees on either front tyre as he was switching through them. I think he is taking it just a little bit easy just to ensure he can really extend the medium tyre here. I think he's already in management mode and he's still pulling away.
Yeah, that's amazing to see. We see his ERS there, Robot. It's at 17%. Santi He's got about 20. He's just jumped it up to about 30 as they go through Spoon. Santi may be saving some ERS here, doing the same thing Stinson's doing on the tires, just with the ERS. He's trying to save some ERS to build back and get that gain as they come through. He might know that Stinson's going to be on some very, very old medium tires when they come to the end, so he might be saving some ERS.
Yeah, I mean, he could be. His ERS is at 24 right now, Santos is on 19. I think that pretty much backs up what we were saying about Stinson on conservation mode right now. I think he knows he's in clean air. He doesn't have to push as hard as the guys behind who are going to be getting a bit more tyre wear because of that dirty air. I think he's saving. Another thing, AJ is currently behind his old teammate Santi. I think these guys are in a party too. I wonder what's going to happen if AJ can catch him up, whether or not Ping is going to move the slide or whether these guys are going to go wheel to wheel. I'd love to see it.
It's going to be wheel to wheel. It's definitely going to be wheel to wheel. If Santi is in the championship race, I mean, not up there, but AJ is not. So Santi's going to, say, hey, man, I'm going to race you. I'm not just going to let you by. We're going to go at it here for a while. And as you were saying that, Robot, Gurman actually broke the 130s, did a 129.8 on the hard tires, 12 laps old.
And he's 4 tenths behind Mikla as well. As Lika gets a bit scruffy, he's going to make a move now down the inside. He's got him. He's moved down the inside, and he's actually got the overtake done as they go through turn 12.
Oh, wow.
How good. Oh, wow. And he's on the hard tire as well. 12 lap old hard.
That was coming out of the hairpin there, Robot. Gurman had to have excellent throttle control to come out of the hairpin and be able to build that speed. Lika did get a little scruffy coming out of the hairpin, but it wasn't enough. I mean, Gurman had to have perfect throttle control to come out of that and make that move, and now he's hunting AJ down. We'll have to see if he can do it. Look at the gap between Stinson and Santi, Robot. It's now 2 seconds as they come down the front straight.
Yeah, Stinson's pulling away. I mean, we'll just have another quick look on his tyre wear just so you guys can see how he's doing the management. It was 41 2 laps ago. He's on 50 now. 5% a lap on the medium tyre. That is some heavy wear. And I imagine how much worse it would be as if he was following someone. So, in 2 laps time, come lap 25, he's going to be on 60. Then come lap 27, he's going to be just under 70%. He needs to cool them down. And they're peaking a little bit higher now as well. He's up to 118 degrees on the front left as he goes through turn 6. He's in trouble if he, I mean, let's just quickly switch to Santos. Santu's currently on 50% wear on the fronts and 43 and 41. He's doing a bit better, obviously, in terms of the temperature. They're not getting as heated, but that dirty air is causing a little bit extra wear. So they're kind of even right now. They're kind of even.
Yeah, Santi's got to stay there. Santi's got to be able to stay right there within that 2 seconds. He can't let Stinson get away, because if Stinson does make a mistake, he's got to be there to pounce. He can't let him escape, and he can't let him be able to get back on the track and, correct the mistake he had at the end of the lap. It could go down to the last lap. You don't want it to happen and then not be able to catch up because it was the last lap.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now, Izat is 8 tenths behind Osher, and let's just look at where Atomic and Scotty are. Atomic, who's 8 points behind Izat in the Driver Championship currently, is going to walk away with 8 points right now. Izat currently is only walking away with 2. That means the gap at the end of this race, pending penalties, is going to only be 2 points.
And Gurman defeating Stinson again on that lap, Robot. Stinson went around. I knew he was pushing because I saw the gap start to change and he was gaining. He almost got to 3 seconds on the gap. Did a fastest lap, did a 29.7, and then here comes Gurman. Mm-hmm. It looks like 3-4 seconds behind and did it looked like a 29.6 and took the fastest lap right back away from him.
Wow. That's pretty impressive, but the thing is, Gernman in the Ferrari has 9 seconds worth of penalties right now, so currently he's already finishing behind Scotty, I think. I think he's going to finish behind Scotty, which is going to be a big blow to him. AJ's currently got P3, if he can pull away an extra 8 tenths on Lika, because then he's going to have to serve his 3-second time penalty. So,
well, wait a minute. Does AJ have any penalties, Robot?
Yes, he does. He has 3 seconds worth of penalties. So he's got to gain another second on Likla if he wants to get that P3. Izat's finally overtaken Osher as well. It was at the hairpin at turn 11.
That's that veteran move. The guys that can make that move, it's unbelievable. They can go through hairpin like that, make that dive bomb, make it stick, and then come out and pull away.
But I think we should focus on Osher as well, because let's not forget he is a D3 driver and he was just battling the championship leader in D1 4 laps wheel to wheel, and he defended a mighty amount as Gernman sets a 1:29 fastest lap. He's getting faster.
That's 3 laps in a row, Robot. 3 laps in a row he's done fastest lap, and now he's right on the back of Santi. Santi's got to hold on here. It's all falling away.
It is. They've just gone through turn 3. They're through 4. They're coming up to 5. Gernman's going to pounce.
It's going to be the hairpin. I'm going to make the call now, Robot. It's going to be the hairpin. They're going to go through Degna 1 and Degna 2, and I think...
Oh, no, he's off! He's off!
He's going super wide.
He's managed to bring it back, and that means AJ's going to
here comes AJ. AJ's going to pounce.
Down the inside. The Degna is not the greatest place to do it, but he's got him. AJ's got him now. VR's picked up a penalty. That's strange to see. And now, because Gernman is currently behind AJ, this might allow AJ to pull away from Likula slightly and hope to build that 3-second gap to cover his penalty.
Wow, what a turnaround. Gernman's going to have to fight and do everything he can to get the position back. Now, I mean, he does have the 9 seconds. I guess it's a matter of being able to do it on the track, to say that he did do it on track, even though he had the time penalties. But, wow, oh my gosh, maybe the commentator's curse just fell in again, Robot.
It could have been. I apologise, Gernman, for that. But he's now looking to be right behind AJ as they're going through 130R. He's going to stay behind, and he could do a dive bomb. He could do a switchback. Is he going to do it? No, he's not. He's going to stay behind, but he's going to get DRS now, and AJ could be vulnerable. Well, AJ is vulnerable. It looks like he's going to get him. Look how close he is. He has some amazing exit out of these corners, and there we go. He's got him. He's got him. That
gap to Stinson now, Robot. 4 seconds.
Yeah.
4 seconds with 1 more lap to go.
Should we take a look at Stinson's tyres? Let's have a look.
I want to know.
Okay, you should be able to see them now, guys. We're at 63 and 62 on the front and 61 and 60 on the rears. Yikes. That is... Oh, no!
What's the puncture number?
Santu's off! Santu's off! He went wide! Oh, no! He's behind AJ now. He went wide at turn 6 and 7. Oh, no.
AJ's going to get P2 out of this!
He is. He is. Now, he's got 1.5 laps to pull away a 1.5-second gap on Likula to secure that P2. If he doesn't do it, he's looking at a P3. Oh no. Let's see if he can do it. I really want AJ to get this podium back. I really do. AJ's back.
I was hoping for Santi to stay where he was and kind of throw a mix in there, but I mean, now the gap is 6 seconds to P2 to Gernman from Stinson. Hal Stinson has done 16 laps. He's about to cross the line, or he has, and it's going to be 17 laps on these medium tires. And he does the fastest lap. He's done a 1:29.3.
That's pretty impressive.
And Gernman takes away again. He does a 1:28.9.
How is he doing this? He's on 17 lap old hards and he's going, oh, Stinson's got a 3-second time penalty. Oh, what does that mean though? Does that... Oh, he should be covered. He should be covered because AJ also has 3 seconds. He also has 3 seconds.
I'm checking now, Robot. I don't see anything other than that very last penalty he just picked up.
I don't see it. Let's have a look. So we're on the last lap now. His tyre wears 65 on the front and 63 on the rear for Stinson. That is. He could definitely get him. He could definitely get that puncture.
Oh no, AJ's picked up another 3-second time penalty, Robot. That's gonna give Lika. Yeah, that might give Lika the P2.
And Usher gets another one as well. Why is everyone getting penalties on this last lap? Their tyres must be so dead that they're just cutting corners to save their car.
Yeah, that was second Degna there. Usher picked up that time penalty. It had to be Degna number 2. But yeah, I don't know. Gernman is still eating into Stinson's time. They're on the last lap, but he's not giving up. He's not letting loose, and he's not letting it go slower. He wants to eat into it.
Stinson's just coming around the final corner now at turn 18. He's started from the front, he's went to the back, and he's crossed the line in first place. Very happy, swerving as he crosses the line. Gernman's going to be next. Now watch this. AJ's going to jump Gernman. Oh, AJ hasn't. Oh, he has. No, AJ hasn't jumped Gernman. Santu's got P2. Santu's got P2.
Atomic is in P3. Where did he come from?
Oh my
He was all the way
goodness.
down in P6, Robot.
I have no idea what's going on. And all these penalties that we didn't realise. Izak's going to cross the line in P8, Osher P9. Simon's just going through Spoon right now. He's got a long way to go. Santu P2. And Atomic.
How did Atomic come from P6 all the way to P3?
Atomic has just taken P1 in the driver standings. Atomic's got P1.
And Santu, for the mistake that happened, was following Stinson and then come back and be P2 after all that. What a race! What is going on?
That's interesting to say the least. Simon finished in P10, so he did manage to get some points in the very end, so good for him. And I think that German, who actually squeezed he squeezed Simon wide after the hairpin, I think he's going to get a penalty for that, and that's going to bump AJ and Leaker up to P5 and P6 probably. That's going to help out.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right, Robot. Congratulations to Stinson, though. All of the tough times he's had this season, all of the Turn 1 incidents that have happened for a P1 to come out of today. One of the toughest tracks we've got on this calendar. Just congratulations, Stinson, for finishing P1. Santi, congrats for the P2. Obviously, the Great Disturber, right in front. It's got to go down that way, doesn't it?
Yeah. It really does. So that's Stinson taking another P1 from pole position there. He had a really interesting race when the safety car pretty much screwed his race over, but he's come back, he's fought back, he's overtaken near enough everyone on the grid, and he's finished in first place, 8 seconds ahead of P2, which is Atomic. I think he was running in P5 and he jumped 3 people to manage to get up to P2, or P3, sorry, which is absolutely amazing. So good job for Atomic as well.
Hold on 1 second, Robot. Let's take a look at this. Lika had that 5-second penalty.
He did, so he's going to finish ahead of Santu, I think. That's going to be... well, if Lika wasn't at fault, if he gets that penalty removed, he will finish in P2.
And then AJ also had one, I believe.
Ooh, yes, he had a 5-second penalty, so that's going to push him up to P4.
Save these standings, guys, if you're watching. Save these standings, take a look at it, and go over it again. Watch the stream again. I think we're going to have a huge difference in the standings once the stewards go through this and decide on what happened where.
I think so. And that's pretty much the race over, guys. There were only 13 drivers, but it was as eventful as ever. No major incidents into turn 1 and so many overtakes on track. Exactly what we like to see when we see these Formula 1 cars riding around a very technical track like Suzuka. Now, we've got the D2 race starting in 45 minutes time, where I think Likola and AJ possibly are going to be commentating there, so hopefully you guys can tune in for that. It's going to be streamed on our Twitch stream, but other than that, unless you've got something else to say there, Havoc, I think we should wrap it up.
Nope.
Great, so thanks guys for tuning in, and we will see you soon. Oh, that's my watch talking to me, sorry about that.